introduction to another video. Today I am just grinding arena, nothing crazy, but hey, there is plenty of arena to grind. So yeah, time to get started. Wham bam, thank you man. Alright, I should do my 4 stars. I still need to do 5 stars and 6 stars. 5 stars will be coming up soon. 4 stars were still good. George Perez, how's it going? Don't mind me while I get acquainted with the arenas and what I still have left to do. Got a lot, but start by figuring it out all first. I think Tier 4 Basic Arena comes up tomorrow. That's fun. That makes this probably like the worst week of arena, I think. Landon, how's it going? Greetings to you as well. How's it going, Rob? Morning over there, huh? Good, good, good. Is it hot as heck over there, too? Capitan, what is up? How you doing, mate? Hopefully doing well. I need a new game to play while I multitask. Agent X, what's up? How you been? Hopefully well. Enjoying war? Having a good war yet? We got another mismatch, it looks like, so I can see our alliance boost up a little bit here. Did a path of 6.1.6. Nice. How'd that go, Cap? It's just that Sentinel boss, right? Real frustration there. I think there's a couple frustrating paths too as well. Hey, Agent. Glad to hear you're doing well. All is mostly well on my end. Yeah, things are pretty good. At least for now. So good, Agent. Good, good, good. Right. Are you competitive in war? I'm in Perth, so not too hot. 20-ish today. I'm so jealous. Stuck in a COVID hotel for 1 more week. Ah, were you traveling? Is that what was going on, Rob? Seyhan bin Rashed. Well, hello there, man. You made me smile when you ranked 5 your magic. Hey, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did rank 5 too, Seyhan, because I actually brought her into war today. There is a Mojo war boss with Flow, so here's hoping that I perform. Right? That's a key factor there. Capitan went well. I heard they buffed Hulkbuster and the armor rank Killmonger, but got through the path. I hated the buffed Hulkbuster. Oh, I misread. And the armor broken Killmonger, but got through the path itemless. Boss cost me 2 revives and heals, but I used my Canada stuff. That's why I did it, so they wouldn't expire. Smart man, smart man. That's why I was running Axe paths myself the other day. So I see we're on the same train of thought, Cap. T3/T4. Yeah, it's a pretty good place to be, Agent. Are you guys pushing, or just kind of like casually pushing? You know what I'm saying? Hey, thanks, Seyhan. Nice, nice, nice. Well, wish me luck, Seyhan, because whew, it would be nice. It would be nice if I rank 5 that magic and it sees value. Used Quake for the armor break immune path. Smart. Yep, traveling back to work from Interstate? Is that a place? We'll be stuck away from the wife and kids for 3 months? Dude, what the heck? 3-month quarantine? Or like you're gonna be traveling and then there's gonna be a quarantine when you come back and it adds up to 3 months. Let's see, I'm holding off of Axic and you're working on your 3 stars. Any particular reason you're working on those 3 stars, Cap? Just for like arena maybe? Or maybe for variant 4? Shouldn't take you too long, I would imagine. Maybe for arena I could see it taking a bit of time. Yeah, we are pushing this harder this season after a break. Well, good season to do it, Agent X. I'm sure a ton of alliances are going to see some pretty big jumps. I'm pretty confident we're going to see a lot of Alliance see some pretty big jumps, and a lot of Alliance see some really big drop-offs. So, you rip. Cap, I would just have a cheese sandwich at that point. I'm just gonna throw it out there. The idea is out there. Make yourself a nice grilled cheese, or just a nice regular cheese sandwich, you know? Some mayonnaise, some tomato, a little bit of lettuce, a couple slices of cheese, a little bit of garlic, salt, cayenne pepper, black pepper. Perfect. Nice, Agent X. Good luck. I'd love to hear you say you got Plat 1 or something crazy. Yeah, but I missed your recent live stream, so when I watch stream later, screaming use a few heavies when you were using Guillotine 2099. Why use heavies? I'm sure there's a reason that I'm just not familiar with. Let me go look it up. Heavy attacks. 100% chance to gain a combo shield. Ah! Smart. Yeah, I should have. Thanks, Sehan, for pointing that out. At least when it's free, right? For Arena. Oh, okay. For sure. Yeah. But you could also wait to max out your 3 stars later, but there's definitely nothing wrong with being a little prepared ahead of time, right? Let's see, I live in Tasmania and work in a different state, West Australia, so I have to stay in the state for 3 months or else I have to lose out on work. Yep. RIP, Rob. That sucks, but you know, hopefully you got good internet and some good webcams and can at least interact with them that way. Ooh, phone did not like that. Okay. Good luck, Agent X. Oh, static in the gloves. And then I realized I was watching recorded stream. That's funny. Sorry about that. Happens. It's a good tip still. Jack 2020, yes it has. How you doing, mate? I do have a bit of incidents. Cheese. Nice. I just don't like bologna, you know, Cap? But if you like bologna, obviously, you know, feel free to make that bologna sandwich. I'm just throwing out my own personal preferences out there, mate. Personal preferences. Yeah. That's fair, Cap. Got a long way to go then. What do you need masteries wise? What are you missing? Joe Mama, how's it going? Good evening to you as well. What's the temperature like with you? I'm trying to live vicariously through other people. It's like hot here. So I want to hear about it being cool somewhere else. Nice, Agent. Is your Killmonger awakened? I'm going up against a rank 2 6-star Killmonger on my path, and he's not awakened. And it kind of makes me scratch my head, more so than I already do. Bologna, Canadian Indian steak. What? Sup Jay, just got Cav. I didn't stream it because I find it more stressful when doing so, and it clearly benefited me. I respect that, Soul MCOC. Being off stream, you play completely different. Like, I'm actually at a point where I record my war fights, but I straight up unplug. Like, if I have to do a war fight mid-stream, because just like the stress of being watched is not something I want to negatively impact my alliance, you know? So, just live is different. It's a whole different kind of a feel. Everything with... you got a long way to go, Cap. That's like 12,000 units, man. Good luck. Yeah, happy to see you work and play Monopoly with my youngest kids. Nice. Only real bugger is wife time if you're not. Yeah, I get you, Rob. I get you. I'll never be able to work away from home. Never. So, I really sympathize. That really, really, really sucks. No, totally true, Agent. Totally true. Killmonger is an absolute beast without his awakened ability as an attacker. I really like my Killmonger. I just... slow to bring him up. The resources, the limited resources. Plus, you know, I really, really feel like recoil really takes away a lot of Killmonger's potential. Excuse me. but he's still a really, really good rank up. Jack 2020, you got Cav the other day, bro, and got some pretty sweet 5 stars. Nice. You got Human Torch, Dupe, Quake, Warlock, Sunspot. Damn, how many Cavs crystals did you open, man? Sick luck. Excuse me. Yeah, I think Willpower is a good place to start, Cap. Actually, I personally think Double Edge and Despair are the best place to start, and then after that, Willpower. Over 30. I'll stay where I am, Joe Mama. It's actually hotter for you than it is for me. That's wild. That's wild. Andrew Barmusel. Act 6 exploration is slow. I'm not in any kind of a rush, to be honest. But it's been pretty good so far. At least what I've done in 6.4. Nice, Agent X. What did you bring your magic up to rank 5 for? Just for giggles or any particular reason? Only 10, Jack. Crazy luck. Crazy, crazy luck. Wild. Isn't Double Edge the bleed? It is, Capitan. Did I say Double Edge? I meant to say, shoot, what's it called? Deep Wounds. Deep Wounds. My apologies, Cap. My apologies. Double Edge is like actually one of the last ones you want to unlock. Like you start with Liquid Courage, actually. I meant to say Deep Wounds. There you go, Andrew. That's definitely the way to do it. I agree. Second, Andrew. Hey, glad the mastery vid could help you out, Rob. It's about darn time I got around to doing that. I put that off way too long, you know? This guy's so tanky. Okay. Nice, Agent X. Let's be real. War's the primary reason. She does everything you need her to do in content at rank 4. She just, you know, those extra stats in War. Yeah, Harry, you really need good responses to those power gain paths. There's a lot of really good ones out there, but you need a lot of them, to be honest. Yeah, the Prayers province in Canada gets hot in the summer. Yikes. Well, I'll stay away from there, Joe Mama, at least during the summer. That sucks, dude. I want to live somewhere nice and cool year-round, but not like cool like Antarctica cool, you know? Just like regular cool. With really good internet and really good food and convenient drives and not a lot of snow. A place like that exists? Question mark? Oh, okay. Yeah, Andrew Mark is way easier to pronounce. I appreciate that. Same Andrew, though. You never know. You never know, you never know. Seraph, what's up? How's it going, Parzival? Hello, hello. Nice summers, winters off with pay. That's true, Joe Mama. You're benefiting from the cold weather, though. I'm not. So, wait. That didn't make any sense. You know what I meant. You have a reason for having that like crazy bipolar weather, the high discrepancy in temperature. You get value there. I don't. For me, I gotta go to work no matter what. Cap, get me out of that shit. Yo, that reached? That sucked. I might die here. Passive ass warlock. So dumb. How's it going, Skull Forger? Are we all, Agent? What are you farming for? Abyss, probably, right? Ah, crash. No, I'm good. How do you know I'm breathing? Maybe I'm just pretending to breathe. Seraph, I'm up to, gosh, I don't know. I want to say 16. Let me check. Cap, it just depends on how they handle it. If they just do a full reset, it's not a big deal. 6, 12, 18, up to 18. Wow, look at that. That's hot. Oh, you're only 350. Farming for variant 4, 100%. Yep, that's a worthwhile farm for sure. It's so hot in my apartment. I have the air conditioner full blast, and it's still hot in here. It doesn't help that I'm a big baby when it comes to heat. Stevie Remix, doesn't it feel good to just completely ignore a node mechanic? Cyber Weekend is November, yeah. Jack. They do, Andrew Mark. I do believe so. Brendan Gerbe. Hey Jay, I was wondering about oh shit, hold on. Okay. I was wondering, should I rank 5 my duped 5-star Hyperion or unduped 5-star Claire? Or should I rank 4 my duped Medusa? I rank 5 or 3 for 1 rank 5 or 3 rank 4 champs for 6.1. At this point, if you're looking at 6.1, Brendan, who do you have for Crossbones? If you don't have someone for Crossbones, I would probably do Claire, cause she can do the Crossbones fight solo. And that in that bleed immune phase. Otherwise, I wouldn't do Hyperion, but my recommendation is Hyperion. That makes sense? Or you could just skip Cyber Weekend, you know what I'm saying, Capitan? Just pretend it's not there. Good luck. You got a little bit of a time, a good ways away, but I'm personally just going to pretend they're not there. I'd rather do the Abyss, I think, this time around. No problem, Brendan. Glad I could help. Yeah, just doing an initial clear of 6.3. Was awarded with a 6-star Silver Surfer. Nice, Matthew. I love my 6-star Silver Surfer. He's going up to rank 2 soon enough. He's not there yet, but he'll be going up soon. Soon enough. Preferably if I, awaken him, but one step at a time, right? One step at a time. Yeah, it usually is, Agent, isn't it? Don't they usually upgrade it? I think last Cyber Monday was significantly better than the previous July 4th, actually. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a nice sizable increase, given it's essentially right there, like halfway deal. 6-star rank 2, do I have Sim Supreme, Elsa, Omega Red, and Venom. So 4 Asiraf. Nice, Capitan. Great rank 3 option. I love my Elsa Bloodstone. Do you have the Nick Fury synergy, though, to like really take advantage of her? She is a Seraph. I love it. Exactly. There we go. Turn that around, no problem. It's a 3-star. You did not lie, Cap. You did not lie. Not even a technically there. You flat out did not. You just got me good. Classic. Axel Donius, welcome. Sorry if I butchered your name. Tried. That's honestly the best I can do. Thanks for joining, I think. I'm not sure what that means. Just like a fair warning, by Cyber Weekend, we'll probably have Cavalier difficulty. No, we should have Cavalier difficulty, right? And at that stage, I would bet money, good money, that for the average player, you're probably better off using your units to push content to be able to consistently complete Cavalier difficulty, as opposed to using those units to buy the Cyber Weekend deals. Those are my thoughts. That's my predictions. It's still really early. I'm just putting that thought out there for a lot of people. Imagine tie node in 6.4 when you do damage from regen against Warlag. Yikes. Not a fan. How's it going, Spidey? Thank you. Hey, thanks for stopping in, and thank you for the good luck. We'll get there a month from now. Sorry for my bad English, but I just joined the stream. Oh, no worries, Axel. It's more like I just didn't understand. People from all over. It's one of my favorite things. I love it. I love it when people from different countries join. It's one of my favorites. I think it's really, really, really cool that MCOC is like a huge international game. Farm to an extent, though. Don't burn yourself out grinding for the deals that are like 4 minutes away. Good advice, Andrew. Good advice. This would be kind of ironic if you burned yourself out grinding for something awesome, right? Yes, we will have cap difficulty. Nice. What's your next rank on me? I don't know, Rob. Probably some rank 3s and some rank 4s just for arena for a bit. I only have 4 tier 5 tier 5 basic catalysts, and I want to save them for mutant. I'm like waiting to pull a mutant that I'm ready to pull a rank 3 trigger on, you know? Wow, David Lingham, that's an insane amount of units for a 1-star Hulk, bro. But congrats. I'm glad that you got him. David Lingham. Deemers, hello, hello. Saving as many units till Black Friday. Yep, I think a lot of people will. Not me, though. I'll be pushing Abyss. not saving any units for Cyber Weekend. I just don't think it's worth it for me at this point. That's what I'm gambling on, at least. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. NBD. But I'm a whale, so I don't have to worry about FOMO. Fear of missing out. If you're not familiar with the acronym. It's a complicated thing to think about yourself. Oh god. The best gift Kabam could give so many people is a free 1-star Hulk, and that cracks me up, I think. Bro, yesterday I finally got a 5-star Corvus, then the next crystal pulled a 6-star Hitmonkey. Is he worth rank 2? Captain Wild Bill, he is worth rank 2. I don't know if he's worth rank 2 over a lot of the other 6 stars. I've yet to see utility videos from Hitmonkey. Like, I see a lot of damage videos from him, but I've yet to see any, like, utility videos. And because of that, I'm really hesitant to do any kind of recommendations for Hitmonkey. He's solid, right? He's got good damage. There's definitely utility there. I just don't know how relevant it is. And how many scenarios. Like, and I don't ever see him getting used in, like, Alliance War or anything. So it's tough for me to be like, yeah, do it. The only thing I think that's nice about Hitmonkey is that he is a decent Alliance War defender. So you get the long-standing value there. You know? I'm saving tier 5 for my first rank 2 Cap Infinity War, but while I wait, I'll take up Human Torture Venom for fun. Nice! I think Infinity War is probably a phenomenal 6-star rank too. But I feel like the 5-star just outweighs the 6-star for so long. Unless your 6-star is Awakened. Captain Wild Bill, that's basically Corvus though, yeah? No, it's a little different than Corvus. So like, Hitmonkey has good damage, but it doesn't ramp. What makes Corvus so good is his ramp, and his invulnerability, right, from his Awakened ability. And like, those are just values. Son of a bitch. Sorry. That stun was really, really long. Hitmonkey doesn't have access to the ramp, which allows Corvus to hit a higher end. Corvus has access to defensive ability armor breaks, which not a lot of champions do, which makes Corvus a kind of niche counter to a lot of different champions based on the nodes. He also has access to True Strike. So Corvus's like value there is really cemented specifically in Alliance Quest and Alliance War. It has value in questing, but it is most notably valuable in AQ and 8 War. Hitmonkey, not so much, right? Like, it's got good damage, but it's not as good as Corvus. It's closer to like... It's probably closer to... Who's a good example? Because it's good damage, right? I just don't know how to describe it. Because it's bleeds that aren't quite as big as Nick Fury's, but damage that's definitely makes him worth noting more than Squirrel Girl, right? Well, that's Squirrel Girl's biggest drawback, is she's supposed to be a damage champion, and the damage numbers just aren't there. So, yeah. That's true, Captain Wild Bill. But again, like, and this is why I really, really hate that people use Winter Soldier as an example of damage, right? Because, like, not all your fights, in fact, most of your fights aren't going to be that long, you know? And once you've reached the point where Corvus Glaive no longer blows fights up with, like he's always going to be a champion where, like, the first fight you need to get a charge, right? But once you've gotten your charge, once you reach a point in static content where Corvus Glaive cannot just blast his way through the fights that he can with like 1 or 2 charges, you've reached a point where you actually need utility, and utility is the primary focus. So the argument for Hitmonkey having longer sustained damage is no longer relevant, because like Hitmonkey doesn't have the utility, the wide stretching and accessible utility. It's there. I just haven't seen videos on it. I don't have a Hitmonkey myself at a high rating to test around and play around with, see how often it comes up. I don't think it comes up super often, and because of that, I don't think he's worth rank 2ing. For most people, for a lot of people, he will be because of defense value, maybe prestige, you know, maybe because that niche utility is relevant, you know, in war or something. I don't know, but I need to see more evidence before I think I lean really heavily into Hitmonkey. I don't have a 5-star cap. I do have a Science Awaken gem save for him right now, but you might use it on Human Torch or Thing. Which one would you awaken? Rob, I would awaken Human Torch. I would only do it when you do Abyss of Legends, and I would simultaneously dump 80 Signature Stones into him. Oh, wait. Maybe that's exactly what I did. Not only is that exactly what I did, I waited a really, really, really long time to do it. Hey, Axel. I appreciate it. Definitely no shame in the salt there. The jealousy of my 6-star roster. Even for people who have as many 6 stars as I do, I have a really good 6-star roster. So I can't complain. But I have a video talking about, you know, chasing stars and all that jazz. If you want to, like, feel good rant video to, like, help you recenter yourself on 5 stars. Especially if you're pushed into that first 6-star. That first 6-star can be super disappointing for a lot of people. Feels like you wait like 5 months for it. And then statistically speaking, you know, a lot of people get burned. So it can be nice to get like a reality check. And remember, 5 stars is the name of the game for, you know, most people. Nice, Dave. David, I would love it if you could explain to me his utility. There's so many champions of the game, I'm actually losing my ability to just like encyclopedia it. So, because I've been looking for it. I haven't seen it yet, but I feel like people have only emphasized his damage and no one's emphasized his utility, and I just don't care about his damage. It's not important to me at this point. Like, the fact that he has damage is important, but like the quantity and how impressive that damage isn't. You know what I'm saying? My first 2 6 stars were Cable and Cable. Aw, Andrew. I'm sorry. On the bright side, I think Cable's awakened ability is something you want / need for defense. So, right, like, that's a good thing, right? Hey, thanks, Captain. Let me know. Keep me informed. There we go. I think I've got 66 saved, so he is OP for what fight in Abyss. I know he's good for that chapter of Variant 1. Rob, literally every single Mystic fight in Abyss, you just use Human Torch. And then he's also one of the other options for Gulk. The better option is Void, but a lot of people end up using him for Gulk too, just due to limited like team selectivity. As well as the red Deadpool fight. You use Human Torch there. Skullforger Star-Lord is still good in 2020. Multiple people have used him. I personally wouldn't rank him up, but I know multiple people have regardless. Just because, you know, they're committed to loving him. I feel your pain though, Andrew Mark. I've got like a Sig 40 Heimdall or something. This duped Heimdall. This duped Mephisto. Just sitting there. Duped Storm. They come. They suck, they come. I'm not even gonna front at Hitmonkey's base. He only lowers defensive ability. Ah, accuracy and counters evade when you play him. Exactly. That's why no one showcases him. It's good. The damage is good. It's relevant. Okay. Jack 2020, Sunspot does not. He is a super valuable sig up though in a class that has a lot of viable champions who need signature level, but I argue is one of the classes you should commit to a Sig 200 for high prestige. Choosing like Namor or Sunspot, I think it's one of the best options. But Sunspot does not need it. Sunspot's value in his signature ability, is essentially the higher, if like, once you get him to like Sig 60 or so, Sig 40 to 60, you can consistently throw 2 special 2s with 2 solar flare states. Even if the opponent's kind of being a pain in the ass, if you have him at like Sig 200, you can comfortably do 2 special 2s with 3 solar flare states. It just kind of ups the overall damage burst window you have before you have to throw a special 3, but it's not needed. Pretty much every single fight you do with Sunspot will end after you throw your special 2. Like once you've done like a couple special 1s and then you throw your special 2, the fight should be over, and if it's not, you probably should have boosted. Yeah. Warlock, I personally think needs his awakened ability. Not needs, wants. And I feel like a lot of people really, really underrate Warlock's awakened ability. It's essentially just free damage, but it's a lot of free damage in the matchups where he's good. So yeah, I personally feel like he's really, really worth it. So like the effect is for Warlock is as long as I think you're power draining the opponent, while the opponent's power is drained or burned, they degenerate, right? And it's just free damage. In your best matchups, which are typically like Mr. Sinister, Havoc, right? Like those are probably his 2 most commonly used matchups. He's also really, really good against Domino, and he can power drain her as well. Those 3 matchups, they're almost constantly power draining the entire fight, and it's just free damage. It's just so good. So yeah, I personally think, especially in a class like Tech, where there's only a limited amount of champions who really need their awakened ability, and even less so champions who want high sig, that are actually worth dumping into. So yeah, I personally think both Warlock and Sunspot are really good options for 6 Stone Sync. That's all. I know I was a little ranty, I apologize, but I feel like I have maybe different opinions than the typical person, so I felt the need to justify it. He gets burst from Deadpool and armor break from Squirrel Girl. Okay. Armor break is pretty nice on a skill champion. I will refrain from attacking Hitmonkey anymore. Yude Baidwan, I apologize if I butchered your name. Thank you. I'm glad that you love my content. Jack 2020, does Warlock need high sig then? Yes. You would want like a relatively high sig. Personally. Because it's damage, and like it's not a lot of damage is the biggest thing. It's just kind of like free damage. I think if you're gonna commit to Warlock, you commit to Warlock. You know what I'm saying? You just go all in. So, or maybe you just throw up to like 60 or 80 to get a relevant quantity of free damage, and then maybe back off. But like it's kind of like Omega Red. Like the damage numbers are almost negligible at Sig 20. You really need him higher Sig for it to feel good. That was a really good in-depth analysis. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I'm going to use a generic on Warlick then. Damn, Jack. Good luck. Only if you've got 6 stones to follow up, man. Only if you got the 6 stones to follow up. As for Champ's Worth, the 5-star Awakening Gem, generic, plenty of them, but I always recommend players hold 1 for Aegon, 1 for Cap Infinity War. I think those are the 2 main champions. There are other champions I think are worth generics, but those are 2 champions I think their awakening abilities are just so game breaking that you just gotta save 1 for them. Finally, the champ has come back to Jay Silver's stream. Welcome, People's Champ. How you doing, mate? I wouldn't dump generic 6 stones into him, Jack. It's pretty ideal, I'd say, to use a Clash Gem on him, unless you already have Cap and Aegon Awakened, or access to other generic gems for those 2 champions. I don't know if I would rate Warlock as worth a generic. Definitely huge arguments for worth a class, but generic, whew, there's a lot of champions who really, really need that, even if you're holding it for a super long time, you know? And he's definitely not worth generic 6 stones. He's more of a, you awaken him and you dump your tech 6 stones into him kind of a champ. I feel like I dialed it up to like 9 or 10 on the Warlock hype, and I just need to bring that back a little bit, back to like a 6 or a 7, give or take. Oh, I am not sitting with good posture, and I can feel it. Did you already sig him up to sig 80, Jack? How's it going, Yusuf? I did say sig 80 though. Sig 80 is, I'd say, it's like Omega Red, right? Like, you want at least that much to feel like you're getting value out of him. And then after that, you slowly chip him up a little bit at a time. Crush it, Jack. Crush it. Enjoy your Warlock. Enjoy your Warlock. I don't think you'll be upset. He's a pretty damn good champion. And you'll get some solid prestige if you bring him up all the way to 200. Do you know how many... Rob Cowie, the efficient point for Captain Marvel movie is Sig 40. So her awakened ability gives her indestructibility. You get 6 seconds from Sig 1. You get an additional 3.4 seconds at Sig 40. So you get like 9.4 seconds total. And if you go from 40 all the way up to 200, it brings it up to a total of 12 seconds, which is a 2.6 second increase, right? So you're getting half of her signature level value from 40 signature stones, and the other half from like 160. It's actually more like, I think, like a 60-40 trade-off. Point made. Sig 40 is a sweet spot. After that, you sig her up for prestige, typically speaking. Other than those 2 Skull Forger, let me check Aunt Mai real quick. There are a lot of other champions worth generic gems, but you gotta have a use for them, and it's not as long-term of an investment, right? Like Archangel has a number of uses that I'd say he's worth. I think any prestige champion could be argued for. Captain Marvel movie gets most of her value at Sig 1, so there's a justification there. Corvus Glaive, same argument. Ghost, same argument. Although Ghost, I personally think needs higher Sig as well. Havoc gets half his Sig value, I think, at level 1. So if you're committed and love Havoc, there's an option there. Nick Fury gets almost all of his value at Sig 1. So that's there. I think that's it for generic. Yeah. Done with that. Done with that. We were thinking Omega Red. How many 6 stones you got for him? Omega Red's worth it based on your scenario, just because you already have Cap and a skill for Aegon. I'd say you're probably pretty good Awaken Omega Red, but only if you've got like 60 mutant sig stones specifically for him. Okay. Wow, great info. I've got about 60 in, so Can Stop is not an alliance. Thanks for saving me some sigs. Can start saving for when I get hype one day. Nice, Rob. Nice, 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 nice. Glad I could help. If you find yourself wanting that extra 2.4 seconds, I love my 12 seconds indestructibility. It's just not worth an extra 106 stones, 166 stones, you know? Ooh, Skull Forger. I would make an argument that's probably worth a mutant gem, you know? Like, Omega definitely pretty damn good. You run Attrition Masters, right? You got that double edge turned on? $140 plus 125 generic, or 125 of those are generic. I don't think you need, if you've got 140 mutant, I would say you don't need to dump the generic SIGs in there. You get plenty of damage from the 140. Chip your way up. Whew, okay. $125 for generic. Excuse me. J-Mania, they're restarting Alliance Quest tomorrow as if today never happened. So everybody's having problems with AQ. I don't know about them getting released. Probably not until tomorrow, I would bet. Skull Forger, only 15 are mutant. That's a tougher choice, I'd say. Skull Forger. I would not. I'm going to be totally honest. But that doesn't mean it's not worth, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jawin, most of the time I play one-handed. Like, sometimes I put both hands on the screen, but essentially... Sorry, just unplugging for a second. My phone rests on the table, right? And then I just play by tapping. Most of the time. Sometimes I use both hands. I just took my 6-star Hitmonkey to rank 2. Decided to try him on D in War, but I'm loving his playstyle. See? Now, if you're using him for defense, we all know how I feel about defense rank ups. I've got a rank 5 Tyrax. Okay? Can't stop me. He's fun to play, I bet. I wouldn't know, actually. I don't have him, but I'm sure he looks fun to play. Is there any content you absolutely need Omega 4 right now? If not, definitely no harm in waiting. Homie. Talking to Skullforger there. So one blocked hit, that Stealth Suit Spidey losses 4% health. Thanks, Jawin. Thanks. You'll get there, mate. And Arena's different. Like, when you don't have to think about it or worry about it, I feel like it's so much easier to play. And that's weird, but it's just true. I'm capping 125 generic SIGs because I need to waste some or they expire. Ah. That's a pretty good argument, I would say, to do it then, Skullforger. Who else do you have? What are your other options for Awakenings? And do you have maybe a Prestige option? Like, can you dump some of those generics into a Prestige champ? Personally, I think that's probably your best bet. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Oh, when do I get the Unstoppable? Excuse me. I don't have an Omega Red though. I have Namor. That's a different conversation, Skullforger. Playing a different game here. Hold on, I'm getting wrecked. There we go. Yeah, but you could start slowly chipping at him, you know, Skullforger? Especially if you've got generics, you know, expiring. But I wouldn't awaken Namor for that, right? Like, but I love my Namor. I love the utility he brings to the table. I don't know if I would say he's worth 200 SIGs, but I did it. So, it'd be hypocritical of me to say he's not, I guess. But, again, the game's different when you're a whale, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think in different terms. So when I answer questions, I try to think not in the terms of a whale. You know, from a whale perspective, 6 stones are coming easy, you know? Like, the 5-star 6 stones will come, so I'd say, you know, sig up the Namor. Awakening gems will come. What do you got other options, Why Skullforger? What's your awakening option? Maybe you got a defender, right? A defender you can sig up a little bit for the long run. Wow, that was wild. He just parried my heavy attack. Okay. Do I have Line? I do. Same name as my YouTube. I also have Discord. I think Discord link is in the description. Line, you'll have to find me. No problem, Skullforger. Whichever way you gotta get the info to me. You gotta get the info to me. I respect that. Soul MCOC end of July. I'm hoping Wednesday, but it's a 5-week month, so I was predicting probably not. The previous one, Vamonos Now, yeah, okay, I can see it. I could see it. I could see it. Or do you mean this one that's playing now? It's so hot. Struggle. Yeah. Okay, I can totally feel it. It definitely had that good uptick to it. Hey, Skullforger, I'm here. I see your message. Had your boy ready to shout hack the planet. Andrew Mark, if I say this line, let me know if you recognize the movie. But would you recognize the line, "The real Napster has returned"? Thank you, People's Champ. Thank you, thank you. It does make me think, though. I wish YouTube showed you when you were live streaming how many dislikes you had. So I could make call-outs like, "This many people watching and only 1 dislike? Come on, guys. I know you hate me more than that." Something like that. Just for the meme. Just for the meme. Unfortunately, I guess they don't want live streamers to have that kind of negativity in their life. Which is good. That's probably for the best. Yeah, it looks good. It's from The Italian Job, Andrew Mark. It's a heist movie. Thanks, People's Champ. Much appreciated. Yeah, Andrew Mark. Man, even calling out the actor, that's badass. That's way more than I had. Okay. Ooh, okay. So let's go to the first one. You need to awaken a champion, Skullforger, that you can dump signature stones into, right? Jay Slytherin. Why am I a Slytherin? Okay, so you need to be able to dump 6 stones into this champion. And they need to be able to be generic. Oh, that makes this a lot harder. Okay. Hold on, let me win this fight first. There we go. Okay. Never post. It's not. Cancel for the day. It'll reset next tomorrow. Next reset. Okay, so you're still saving the majority of them. Okay. Do you mind? I think Void might be your best choice if you have a Science Awakening gem. Given that you didn't state that, I'm going to assume you need to dump them into a champion here that is already awakened and or generic awaken someone and then use them. So in that case, if you have a Science Awakening gem, Void, this young in account, do you have any other Awakening gems, Skullforger, or just the generic? Faisal Nasser, sorry if I butchered your name. Human Torch, by far. Sunspot's so fun to play, but Human Torch is just too good. Too good. Science Awakening gem. Generic Awakening gem, skill Awakening gem. Void, Corvus Glaive, or Namor. Void, Corvus Glaive, Namor, or Hyperion. Ah, shit, so many options. Yeah, here, I'm gonna just type them. This is what I think. Void, Corvus, Hyperion, Sunspot, Morningstar, Namor. One of those. Choose one of those, Skullforger. Awaken them, and then just use the excess signature stones. Yo, just watched your Symbiote Supreme video. Help me out a lot. Got him as my first 6-star. Hey, Matthew Ramirez. Happy I could help out. Let me know if there's anything I didn't answer. Good luck. It's not Skullforger, but it's more of a long-term investment. I didn't see a Human Torch on your roster, right? So you're going to need to start sigging up an Incinerate Immune Heal Reversal. And if you don't get Human Torch by the time you're running Abyss of Legends, right? You're going to have Void, and that value is going to be there. It's not the best, it's just one of the ones I think is worth mentioning. I can go through the list and my logic on all of those selections if you'd like, if that helps. Just let me know. My statement still stands with all of those champions. I don't have Nick Fury for Abyss. What do you think champion I can use? Are you just doing a first path? Faisal? And do you have the rest of the champions? Like, who's your other 4 right now? I guess is my question. Or who do you have locked in? Okay. You do have the rest. If you're just doing a first path and you have the rest, you just use Aegon for the one fight, which is Invisible Woman. Or you can use Human Torch, but Aegon's just easier. And it'll probably cost you less revives than it did for me to use Nick Fury. Aegon, Human Torch, Doom. Yeah, you just use Aegon. You don't need Nick Fury. In my opinion, if you're not bringing Nick Fury, you just bring Void or you bring Symbiote Supreme, right? To give you that alternative option. You save your revives there and you just don't use Nick. And then make sure, of course, you bring Heimdall Synergy. But yeah, Nick Fury, really not needed for the first path. There's literally one fight where I was like, wow, Nick is really good for this fight, and then that was it. After that, you can literally use the rest of your roster. If you're bringing Doom, yeah. Aegon, Human Torch, Doom, and then pick one, Void or Sim Supreme, and then Heimdall. Free. My pleasure, man. Glad I could help. That was easy, no follow-up. Skullforger was able to help you pick a choice. Were you able to easily look at that and decide? Who are good Doom substitutes for the Abyss of Legends first path? Skull Throne. The first one that comes to mind is Symbiote Supreme. After that, I think people used Morningstar. I think I've heard people use Jane Foster for the first path. Not that that's a good one necessarily. I know Morningstar works well. I think Mojo Longshot and Sorcerer Supreme all work, but I'm not sure. You would need to ask people who have those champions. I apologize. I just think all 3 of those could work based on it, because you really just need it for the Nullifier, right? I think I heard someone use Magic. The first path is a lot less restrictive than it used to be. It used to be really, really restrictive, right? Because it's not so much the rest of the cosmic fights that are brutally tough, or She-Hulk. You could even use She-Hulk. It's not so much the rest of the cosmic fights that are brutally tough, because as long as you have some kind of Nullify and Stagger, you can prevent the Unstoppable from triggering. It's just a regular fight for the most part from there. It's frustrating, it's longer, but you can mostly get your way through no problem. It's specifically Brie Larson that everybody was like, you need Doom, you need Doom. And then when they nerf the crap out of that fight, now it's like you just need a reliable Nullify or Stagger. As long as you have one of those 2, you're pretty good. Hey man, some people like Thor Jane Foster. She's actually pretty decent. I'm just saying, not decent enough for me to rank up, but I had to throw some love out there. Skullforger, I'm thinking Namor, but he's going to be SIG 154. Skullforger, my recommendation is, if you do Namor, is to only dump your excess signature stones into him, right? Until you literally can SIG 200 him. That's how I would do it. Just use him essentially as like a dump, right? Like, you just drop your excess stones, and then when you need him SIG 200 and you finally have the resources to do it, then you drop him. But until then, you just wait, right? Like, you're just essentially looking for a free place to drop them. Which is why I put Namor at the end of the list, because you're not going to get that value from Namor for a long time, but it's a good long-term investment. And then if you aren't like immediately bringing him up to 154, it's not going to feel as bad if you dupe him, I think is my major thing. I think my music paused. There it goes. Best song on the playlist. Oi, oi, oi! Good luck, Skull Throne. Good luck. Glad I could help. Sorry that I couldn't help more. So drop the Awakening and wait until I have the resources. Only if you're like really concerned about the 6 stones, Skullforger. In an ideal world, you wouldn't have any expiring. You would just be holding on to them in some way. Of all those, I have Magic and Mojo ranked. I believe if you do use Magic, you're in for some troublesome fights, but at the same time, the Hyperion will probably be the easiest. I think if you bring Magic, it's going to be the Hyperion that's your worst fight. When should you care about Prestige? I have a video talking about that. Hold on. The most prestige in the game, I think, right now is Silver Surfer, though. Hey, I do have a video talking about it. Here you go. This is where I explain prestige and when you should care. That is a U. I don't know where that came from. Yo, let me post. I'm typing Control V and it's typing the letter U. I love it. There we go. You think Galactic himself would be a playable, right? Like in Marvel vs. Capcom? I think that would be sick as hell. That would be sick as hell. I do agree. Matthew Ramirez, but I don't think so. But then again, Dormammu's in the game, right? So, crazy things happen. Crazy things happen. Yeah, sorry, Crash. Normally I would just like short blurb it, but it's like a 14-minute rant I went on. Talking about prestige, because it's more than just like a simple answer, because it varies depending on whether or not you're free to play, pay to win, or pay to play. So Skullforger, did you choose? I'm just curious. Yikes. We don't want to talk about it. Ooh, that was a first fight too. That sucks. That's the worst. Totally true, Faisal, but I actually think it's a little bit more than that. Like, new players, I think, also need to like semi-think about it, you know, because there's a fairly limited quantity of signature stones, and it's really easy to think, oh, I'm a new player, I can use my signature stones however I want, I'll worry about prestige later. But then you go to worry about prestige and you've used signature stones that you maybe could have used on prestige or held for prestige. I think a really good example is the Mystic class, which is a pretty underwhelming Awakened ability class. I think most people should just use their Mystic gems and 6 stones on prestige, just because like there's not a ton of really good Awakened abilities in the Mystic class. So you're just better off dumping them for prestige. I think Cosmic is a really good example of a class where you should just prioritize prestige, even as a brand new player. Like, most of the Cosmic champions that get Awakened abilities, they get most of their value at like Sig 20 or 40 or something super low. So like, yeah, you can dump a few in there, but then you just save the rest for prestige for later, you know? And really appreciate that long-term investment. I started thinking about prestige about 2 months into the game. Like, as soon as I knew prestige was a thing, I was like, oh damn, this is a long-term kind of a gameplay. I wanted to awaken either Corvus and feed him until 20 or Hype because I don't really like Namor than Wait. I want to awaken Namor naturally, then feed him to 6. Skullforger, respect. Skullforger, I would make the argument, I think the thing that's maybe holding you back on Corvus is you're worried that Corvus doesn't have value in a higher level awakened ability, and I'm going to tell you that that is mostly true, but there is a piece of content in the game, and I know you're far away from it, but there is a piece of content in the game where a high Sig Corvus Glaive actually has relevancy. That content is Abyss of Legends. Corvus Glaive is a phenomenal option, and I actually really wish I had one for, I think, pads 3, 4, and 5. You can bring Corvus Glaive on your team, and you want high sig because it reduces the duration of time until your glaive charges come back up. And in Abyss of Legends, that means so much when we're talking about, like, 10-minute fights where you're going to go through like 60 to 80 glaive charges. So if you invest in Corvus Glaive, I think, one, it's the best use of your awakening gem based on the champions you have to awaken, because like Corvus's awakened ability is really valuable, and I think goes underrated a lot of times. And two, because now is the best time to very slowly start singing up Corvus Glaive for the inevitable Abyss of Legends run, when you'll be like, wow, 2 years from now, I'm so glad I have a SIG 200 Corvus. And Jay doesn't. And now I can brag to Jay Silver about how my Corvus Glaive is 200 and he still only has a 4-star. Jay, when made the biggest mistake on your Prestige video that could get you banned? What did I do, Crash? There's no... Ha! I thought you were being serious. Oh, that's hilarious. I think it took me like an hour to get that video recorded, Crash, because I just kept on restarting it over and over and over again. I don't know. Sometimes I just have a bad run, you know? You got me good, though. I really thought I did something wrong. Happy Monday, Double P. How you doing, mate? Why does Karnak need both skill and Cosmic Tier 4? Seems like a lot. Why is that? Matthew Ramirez, Karnak is an older champion, and at the time, they thought they were doing something clever. They were trying to introduce like this concept of like multi-classed like champions. That's what Karnak was supposed to represent. And I do believe there was like a ton of negative backlash. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking SIG 20 Skull Forger, as far as the options listed, I would say Corvus, Hyperion, nah, literally everybody but Namor. I think Corvus gets the most value out of that SIG 1, but after that, Void, Hyperion, Sunspot, and Morningstar all get really good value at SIG 20 Skull Forger. Personally, if I was in your shoes, I'd probably do Corvus. I'm biased against Hyperion, though. Hey, no problem, Matthew. Yeah, it's super weird, especially since he's the only champion, but I'm glad people shut that down quick, because not about to be doing anything with that. I really hope Karnak gets a full, like, overhaul, because he just deserves it. Ah, we're sad. Who would you rank for 5-star Hyperion or 5-star Nova? Nova for defense, but Hyperion for most people, I would say. Imagine wasting your new hybrid champion scheme on fucking Karnak. I know. Andrew, I know. I feel like Karnak had to have had some kind of utility that wasn't present in the game, right? Like, I think at the time he was actually really good, you know? I just don't know. I wasn't playing the game, you know? Classic. How's it going, YW Orb? Kevin Poon, why am I biased against Hyperion? I'm biased against RNG. I don't like any champion, or honestly, even in life. Like, I've got notoriously bad strings of bad luck. So I don't like any champion that has RNG. I like playing champions where I know the value is consistent and there. I know what I'm getting. And Hyperion, pretty much his entire kit is RNG. His Furies, which was like the thing that makes him have big damage, is RNG. His Incinerates on his Special 1, which is what gives him damage utility, is RNG. And his Armor Break and Stun on Special 2 are RNG. So just, you don't have access to any guaranteed utility or value out of him, and that just drives me up a wall, you know? So yeah, that's why I'm biased against Hyperion. He's got so much good stuff in him. They just won't give it to you guaranteed, and that pisses me off. Just, brrr. Because, like, the percentages aren't even high, where it's like most times you'll get this. Like, they're pretty low percentages, too. Hype is good, but I don't really like relying on the incinerates from Special 1. Yep, same. Recoil is real. Though if you played Hype, you'd probably just be throwing Special 3s. Yeah, Double P. I'm pretty stoked about the Magneto buff. I'm really hoping the Magneto Marvel now is more than just a synergy piece, but I'm full expecting him to just be a synergy piece. His utility was bringing them together. Hey, if that was their plan, it was a successful plan. Andrew, that would work. Corvus for the win. Crush it, Skullforger. Crush it. I think that's a good choice. I don't think you'll regret that, especially since, like, Corvus is going to carry you through so much content. And you'll be using him for a long time. Karnak should have Armor Shatter and then be able to cause bleeds while the opponent is shattered. He should also be able to parry, block, and blockable attacks. Yeah. I think his True Strike's not permanent. His True Strike should be permanent. He should have guaranteed crits. Nah, Karnak. I take it back. This is what I want. I want, once he's focused, I want him to be a non-crit champion. I want, instead of critting, I want him to armor break the champion or armor shatter. And for every armor shatter on the opponent, him to deal extra damage in the form of, like, physical-based damage. Yeah, that's what I want. The True Strike to be permanent. No, I want the True Strike on his focus. Right? That way, as long as you don't get hit, you get True Strike. That would be cool. There's a lot of cool things I could do with Karnak, but we'll see. Nice, Skullforger. Glad we figured that out. Glad we figured that out. Totally, Double P. 100%. Karnak should be good. I wish he was. Like, he's decent, but he should be, like, good, comma, great. You know what I'm saying? My pleasure. My pleasure. It's great not to have to use him anymore. That's true, Rob. I feel like if you used him, it's like, once you've used a champion so much, it's really nice to play other champions. You still love them. You still, you know, have a special place in your heart for that special champion, but it's nice to be using someone different. Oh, arena never ends. Thank you, Double P. Jay is genuinely the most informative MMCOC YouTuber in my opinion. Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate that. I get to have that benefit because I don't have a lot of people watching me, though, you know? I feel like the more people who are asking questions, the harder it is to be thorough in your answer. But I try, and I appreciate it. Thank you. That's actually, like, really complimentary for me. Like that's something I aim to be, so that, like, really hits, you know, really hits hard, man. Yikes, I don't know how that happened. I hate magic. This is probably a high sig magic, too. Here we go. But even your pre-recorded videos are top-notch. Thank you. I appreciate that. Really concise and articulate. You're appreciated, man. And thank you, Andrew. I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. Super, super love it. That's what I aim to do. So, some high praise. It's high praise. I need the Nicolas Cage meme. That's what I need. We're gonna lose this alliance. There we go. How do I... Alright, I went off and I did this. There you go. That's what I'm saying when I say that's high praise. Alright, now let's win the fight. Gotta love it. I need to save that somewhere. That's what I should have done, actually. There we go. Skullforger, when I see the sentence, I love playing with I can't help but laugh, but I am jealous of your long shot. He looks like he's a lot of fun to play. I'm really hoping I get one soon. I would love to rank him up and test him out in Abyss of Legends, to be honest. He said right before he wanted to go have a 3. Yeah, he did. Andrew, yeah, he did. I'm glad you know it. It's such a good skit. I don't care what people say. Nick Cage is one of the greatest actors who plays himself of all time. Specifically plays himself of all time. I don't know if he's a good person or not, honestly. I just only know I really, really think he's fun to watch. I hope Cosmic Ghost Rider is great. Was thinking the same for Silver Surfer, but he might get a synergy that improves in my hope. Rob, I really think Silver Surfer is underrated. Excuse me. Silver Surfer just has, like, that long-term value. I think that goes underrated. Like, Incinerate immunity is becoming more and more important. And Silver Surfer has like almost the Omega Red effect, right? Where people are like, oh, Omega Red's amazing. If there's a bleed node or a bleed mechanic, he benefits from it. He's so good. With willpower, you heal and you do so much damage. That's Silver Surfer, but with Incinerate. And I think it's slept on. I think people, like, it's not prevalent enough in the game for it to be awesome yet. But when it hits it, like, it's gonna be sweet. So... yeah. Alright, I did manage to save it. So now I need to add an image. What's this image? What's that? He doesn't need to be awakened for that value, though. You know what I'm saying, Rob? Like, the Awaken's nice to have, but not needed. Pretty much, mostly just a prestige thing. It's got value, but it's mostly just a prestige thing. Okay. Alright, I've added it to this. There we go. Look at that. Where do we put this? Right in the middle. Goes over everything. Alright. Now I can flash it when people give me high praise. Looking at my 5-star roster, it's pretty good. Yeah, Skullforger, you have a solid roster there. Lots of champions that need ranking up, but still a pretty damn good roster. 2.8 pushes me to 4.2. Alright, we'll cap these out. 3, 6, 9 more fights. Okay. Thanks for all your help, bro. Gotta go. See you next time. Have a great day. Have a great one, Rob. Talk to you later, mate. How did you block when I chained it? Oh, that's so dumb. If you could pick 3 characters to be playable in MCOC, who would you pick? Yours would be Onslaught, Lady Deathstrike, Omega Sin, and Legion. Three characters. Female Iron Man, Tony Stark's wife, whose name I forget, but she looked like a badass. A good Black Widow. I know they just came out with Black Widow Deadly Origins, but I'm saying it anyways. That's a tough question. Pepper Potts. Thank you, Matthew. And then the last one, who was that? Mystique. Thank you. I don't know why it took me so long to think of that. I was trying to remember her name. Gosh. Mystique or a good Phoenix? Is that? I hate to use a good blanks. But, like, Phoenix is okay, but I really want, like, a god-level Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Legion would be cool. Or, like, throwing specials, right? Would change your thing. Like, you know, kind of like Hitmonkey, where he triggers a phase. You know, you could throw a special to change phase. That would be cool. I don't know about having animations tied, though, like that, like changing animations. I don't know if any other champion does that kind of a thing where they do something and then it changes their animations. And that's what I would want, I think. Matthew Ramirez should be dope, copy up opponent's abilities for a short time. When I think about Mystique, I actually want her to be able to do other things, like, based on her own abilities. So, like, she supposedly has, like, she would have poison immunity because it's said that her, like, ability allows her to adapt incredibly quickly, so she would be immune to poison. I would want her to have regenerative capabilities because it says that, again, her shape-shifting form allows her to heal. I'd want her to be able to shape-shift weapons. I think that's something that's underrated and not utilized often with Mystique. And then, like, what I would want is her to be like Emma Frost, right? Like, Emma Frost in diamond form, she's this, you know, really tanky, style play. And then in non-diamond form, in telepath form, she hits crazy hard and has taunt and, like, anti-evade. I would want Mystique to be kind of similar, right? Where, like, you know, you start off as Mystique, and then you switch off, you know, based on like power management and stuff. I think that would be really, really cool. And like maybe as Mystique, when you're in her form, she has passive Fury, right? But when you switch off, the Fury's gone, but in return, you gain like some kind of utility, you know? I don't know. I think it'd be tough to do, but that's where my headspace is on her. I think having her clone other people's abilities would be difficult to put in the game, yes, but also I feel like it underrates a lot of her other values, you know? Let me get a wheelchair-bound Professor X, where your special 3 against him is a unique animation where you just tip over his chair. Oh. Savage. Kind of funny, but savage. Liv, Hitmonkey, and Tiger Girl, my faves. Love it. Saw in head. Yeah, I didn't quite mean it that way. Matt. I meant it PG. Full PG. Alright. About done. I think just these 3 fights left. Like a pre-fight Andrew Mark. Yeah, that's a good one too. Instead, aren't we getting like Airman and Dragon Man or something like that? I saw a really funny meme. I don't really know. They haven't officially announced anything, so I keep my head down. I don't pay attention until it's an official announcement. Data mines don't mean anything to me, but if that's actually true, it's a proper meme. It's a proper meme. But hey, I'm not Kabam, you know? Yikes. There we go. Panda Pool. Drops Mike. Hey, I actually really like that. I like all the Deadpool characters. Where's our platinum pool? What the heck? Gosh. Alright. Arena grind over. Let's see if we can't grab some arena crystals and then close out for the day. I just need to go take a small break, but definitely going to drop the live stream at the least. Still got to run another set of 4 stars. Still got all my alliance stuff to do. I got a ways to go today. It's good. It's good. 9, not bad. We rolled 9. Now let me go pop these arena crystals real quick, and then I'll drop. But for those of you watching, much appreciated. Always appreciate the support. Got a lot of love today, and that is freaking awesome. Super freaking awesome. Bam. Hey, we got 20 units there. That's actually pretty cool. 1 zombie Marvel version would be sick too. Yeah, that would be cool. Some kind of undead. Whoops, that is the wrong button. Alright. Pop 5 of these real quick. Yeah, that's okay. Gold is good. Gold is good. Of course, as always, it's been a blast. I'm going to drop the live stream. Still going to be grinding, but I need to go, I don't know, relax, watch some anime, do some war fights because I'm about to hit 5 energy. So that's it. Talk to y'all later. Peace.